Hi friends, I wanted to talk to you about something today because it's something that's really been on my heart the past few days really. And I just wanted to share maybe a little bit of an experience. Hopefully it helps somebody and we'll see what happens. So we've been talking a lot about how the fall season for Scentsy is crazy busy, right? We've been talking about how busy it's going to get, how many orders we're going to have, you want parties, people may be joining your team, all of those things. But I'm going to tell you a little secret. If you're not working your business is not going to work for you. Plain and simple. So I wanted to share a little story. A few years ago, I became a board member at one of our local community parks here in town. I happened to be the last one to join, and I was probably the youngest, if not very close to being the youngest, on the board at the time. A lot of the board members were sort of older, had been on the board for a very long time, pillars of the community, that type of thing. And I will tell you, I joined the board in July, and in August, we were ready to lock up the doors to the park. So that was our skating rink, our bowling alley, a public pool, all kinds of pavilions, park place, kids playground, all of that. We were going to lock up the doors and shut it down because it was in so much debt. We didn't think we could dig our way out of it. So we started talking about the things we've been doing. The park had been in such financial trouble that they did not have anybody to run it. There was no point person. It was basically the board members who were doing events, they were doing fundraisers, they were doing everything for the park themselves. Just I think 10 of us or 12 of us, whatever it was. So when we started talking about fundraisers, I had all kinds of ideas, right? Because I was the newbie on the block, and I was like, oh, maybe we should try this, a spaghetti dinner or a basket raffle or a bingo or whatever it might be. All of these ideas that I was putting out there, they kept getting shot down. Every time I would say something, nah, we tried that 3 years ago and it didn't work. Nobody showed up. No, I don't think that would work because people in the community don't like that type of a thing. No, that's probably not going to work because somebody else tried it and they didn't have any success with it. That's where things were at when I joined the park board. I remember telling my husband I would come home from meetings so frustrated because I was like, they don't want to try anything new. How are they going to know if it's going to work if they haven't tried it lately or if they're not willing to try it at all? So that's when the concept of failing forward became very, very evident to me. So in the past few years, this park board that I'm actually no longer on the board, my husband kind of took over my spot for that, but the park went from literally getting ready to close the doors, we had everything ready for that process, to now being a profitable park with a park director that we've hired. It's busier than ever, and I get to see the community enjoying everything again. And you know why? Because we started to get people on the board that were willing to try new things. Did they all work? Absolutely not. We had some epic failures along the way. But the thing was, when we failed forward. And the whole meaning of failing forward is figuring out where your mistakes were, or not even that you made mistakes necessarily, but figuring out what didn't go right or why was it not successful, learning from that, figuring out how to adapt it, how to change it, how to try it again, and trying it again. That's the important part. Failing forward is not saying that you're admitting defeat. It's saying it didn't go as well as I expected it to, or it didn't go the way that I wanted it to, but I'm not giving up on it. That's so true in our Scentsy business, isn't it? I will tell you something. I'm going to let you in on a little secret. I fail all the time. All the time. Do I advertise that? Do I shout it out? Not necessarily. Who wants to shout out their miscomings or their shortcomings? So when people maybe look at my business, and again, I know we talk about all the time that comparison is the thief of joy, right? You never want to compare yourself to somebody else's business. But when people look at my business and see my business page or see my posts or see what I'm doing, what I'm up to, they think maybe that I'm more successful than I am sometimes, I think, because they're not seeing all of those failed attempts that are in the background. But the thing was, if I got caught up in all of those failed attempts, there have been so many things that I have tried and I thought, this is a brilliant idea. I'm going to run with this. And I put it out there and I get crickets, people, like not even one reply. It happens a lot. And the thing is that I've discovered along the way, so today is actually my 20th month that I've been in Scentsy. I was looking at the calendar today and realized that. So I've had probably, oh my gosh, not even probably, definitely, I've had more failures than I've had successes in Scentsy. And the thing is, sometimes when I look at it, I write it down. If something doesn't work for me, I write it down. I have a journal of all these ideas, brainstorms, whatever may come to me, I just write it down. And I can always jot back or look back and jot down things later on. I evaluate things because that's all part of the failing forward process, right? So if something doesn't work, I write it down. I think, why didn't it work? Maybe it was a timing thing. Maybe it's a back to school time and everybody's busy with fundraisers and so nobody wants to book a party. I don't know. That's just an example. Or maybe it was the time of night. Maybe I was like staying up late that night or working a third shift, and so I posted at like 11:30 at nighttime and nobody saw the post, and so that's why they didn't reply. Maybe it's just that I asked a hostess to do a party for me and she just attended another party for somebody else, and so the timing wasn't right. Maybe that's all it is. And sometimes that's literally all it is. And if you take that personally or let it hurt your feelings or let it stall your momentum and you're moving forward, or even worse, not even if it stalls you, but if it pushes you backwards, then your business is not going to grow. Failing forward is realizing that not everything is going to work out the way you planned, but what's important here to know is that you own your mistakes, you own your failures, you figure out how to change them, how to adapt them, how to try again, and you move forward. It's what you choose to do with your failures that's going to make or break your Scentsy business. Are you hearing me? Because I want you guys to know that as we get into this fall season. Yes, our products are amazing. Yes, we have the potential for just unlimited growth in this business. Our company is built to be a party planning company and is built to be able to let us share this opportunity with others. But if we're not actively doing that, or if we're afraid to do that because we've had past failures or experiences that maybe weren't as great as we thought they were going to be, we're not going to grow. We're not going to have success. Because if you sit back and wait for it to come to you, it's not going to happen. We have to go out there. We have to ask people. We have to understand that you're going to be told no. Sometimes it's a no right now, but sometimes it's just a no. We can't take it personally. We have to say, okay, that's great. Well, I'm glad that I did that because it gave me practice. It maybe made me feel more comfortable. And so now I can go ask the next person and I'll have a little more confidence. Learn from your failures, learn how to grow from them, and your business will grow as a result. So I hope that helps somebody today. It's really been on my heart the past week because, listen, I fail all the time. Ask Donna, ask Nikki, ask Ashley, because I constantly tell them about my failures. I whine, I complain, I get down on myself, and they lift me up because that's what we do as a team. I need that all the time. I'm a needy person, I'll admit it. I'm not afraid of it. So I just want to tell you it's okay to fail. It's okay to fail, but choose to fail forward when you fail. That's the only way you're going to build momentum. It's the only way you're going to allow your Scentsy business to grow and thrive.